Hey, what's up, Norm? How you doing? I'm just giving this a minute to get started. I'm just gonna give it a minute. The topic for today's show is, the reason I titled it "Watch Out" is it does have some relation. I wanted to talk a little bit about scams in cryptocurrency and different scams that are going on, different things you guys should watch out for. Hello, Peter. How you doing? Norm. Yeah, I mean, Icon is definitely a good bet. What they're doing, they have a lot of room to grow because they're a relatively new-ish cryptocurrency. They still have a lot of room to grow. So Icon should have a good year. Okay. Yeah, what's up, Rick? It was a good day today indeed. Let's just see where we're at so far. All right, I think I'll start the show. What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the Naughty Investing Show, a semi-irregularly scheduled show that I put out when I have time. And we go on the show, we go over a lot of different things, such as the market, and usually each show I'm going to have a particular topic. However, we are going to talk about a ton of things. Any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the chat. I'll answer as many as I can. If I don't get to your question, don't feel discriminated against. It just means I didn't see it or something happened. So today we did eat back some of the losses we took the other day. I feel like if you actually look at Bitcoin and a couple of the other cryptos, we have still been in a bear market. All right, we're still in a bear market. Let's be. I don't want to. I'm not spreading FUD. I'm just saying we are in a bear market. However, I think we're going to break that pretty soon. Basically, if we look at a lot of these charts, right, and you draw the trend lines, you'll see we have been in a semi-downward trend. All right. However, I feel like this trend is going to break soon. I feel like the bulls are going to win, and once this trend breaks, of course, we're going to see an all-out explosion of growth and gains in the cryptocurrency industry. I feel like long-term, we're still golden. We're going to see a lot more institutional money get into Ethereum, get into Bitcoin, get into Ripple, get into Litecoin, right? So there's still a lot more room to run in crypto. We're not even at $1 trillion. We're at under $500 million, or half a trillion. So we still have a lot of room to run, guys. People who are getting crazy about this last couple months of up and down, bear market. People who are getting crazy about that are making a mistake, right? We're in a bear market. Prices are, even though we're in up today, we're still in a bear market. And the reason I say that is because two of the main indicators of a bear market, lower highs and lower lows. Okay, so that means if we're talking about Bitcoin, for instance, when Bitcoin dips, it's been dipping hard. And when Bitcoin rises, it's not been rising significantly. We've been seeing 3, 4, 5 up to 10% gains, but nothing insane. With that being said, we're gonna break this trend. I'm confident of it. If I wasn't confident, I wouldn't have so much money in Bitcoin. I wouldn't have so much money in Ethereum. I wouldn't have so much money in Ripple. I wouldn't have money in Litecoin, right? If I didn't believe in cryptocurrency, I would sell off now. But the reason I haven't sold off is because I'm confident that months down the line, And even years down the line, we're gonna be, where we are right now. We'll look back at this and laugh, right? We'll look back at the people who sold and panic sold, and we'll laugh a little bit. We'll be laughing to the bank. Well, not really to the bank, because we're not going to be going to the bank. We're going to be using crypto. All right, so the topic for today's video, yeah, it's still very much a young industry. People get crazy because yeah, it easily will be a multi-trillion dollar industry. People forget that there are industries that crypto hasn't even touched yet. Okay, so we've been in transactional. We have seen some, with smart contracts moving into like lending. I mean, actual lending, not like BitConnect lending. That's a scam. We'll talk about that later. But like actual lending, like CoinLoan and Salt. We're seeing cryptocurrency take over certain industries, or at least move into them. But we've only scratched the surface. There's still so much room to run. And there's so many different places that crypto hasn't conquered yet. I want to see DTube take off. I want to see a blockchain-based competitor to YouTube. I want to see Steemit take off. And Steemit already has like 500,000 users, active users, which is huge. So crypto's a young industry. We still have a lot of room to run. Yeah, spring of 2017 was a good time for altcoins, absolutely. Yeah, you should definitely start positioning yourself. There's still a lot of opportunity. There really is, because it comes in waves. Right now, we're in a down wave. We're in a bear market. But that's not going to last forever. It's not. It might last a few more months, possibly. But when you look 6 months down the line, at the very least, if not less, we're not going to be here. We're going to be back with the FOMO. People are going to be going crazy because this technology is changing the world. Are there bad cryptocurrencies? Certainly. There are projects that I don't really find interesting. But regardless, a lot of these projects I do find interesting. What if Ethereum, what if a DApp that's based on Ethereum changes an entire industry? What if people start using Bitcoin and Litecoin to transfer wealth instead of other things? What if Ripple takes over the SWIFT system? Still a lot of room to grow. Now, the topic for today's video, why I named it Watch Out, is about cryptocurrency scams. So, Ethereum's creator, Mr. Buterin, was on Twitter, and he basically went to say anyone who replies to this tweet asking for or authoring Ethereum is a scammer. Please like this tweet so it gets above the scammers and report the scammers. He also went on to say, time that it takes for scammers to copy my new profile picture, 10 minutes. Don't trust anyone asking for or offering money on Twitter. So what these scammers are doing, and I'm going to see if I could find any. They're copying the profile picture of a famous person in the crypto industry, whether it be John McAfee or Mr. Buterin or anybody. Who knows? Maybe one day they'll try and do it to me. Okay? And they're taking their profile picture and they're just creating a new profile and saying, hey, send me 0.1 Ethereum and I'll send you 0.8 back or something like that. So then people who don't really understand much about crypto, they send over the Ethereum, they get nothing back, and the spammers, the scammers just got richer. Don't fall for these type of scams. Nobody's going to give you cryptocurrency for free. And if they are, they're not going to ask for it first. Okay, so if I run a promotion on my channel where I say I'm going to give away $100 worth of Ethereum, right? I'm not going to ask you ever to send me Ethereum. Why would that make sense? If I'm giving away Ethereum, there would be no need for me to get Ethereum first. That's how you know it's a scam. So I saw this on Mr. Buterin's Twitter as well as John McAfee's. I'm going to see how McAfee did in encountering them, because he did put out a here we go. He put out a tweet about it. I'm seeing if I could find it. I might not be able to find it, but let me just see if I could see anything. No, I don't see anything right now. I think they got taken care of, a lot of them, but regardless, don't get fooled by this. Nobody is going to give you cryptocurrency for free, and if they are, they're not going to have you send it first, okay? That's the reality of this. They're not going to have you send crypto to get crypto, okay? Now, I also wanted to talk a little bit about lending programs and what is a good lending program, what's a bad lending program, right? So there are legitimate lending programs where all right, so here's the thing. There are legitimate lending programs where they facilitate using, smart contracts, Ethereum based usually, but other platforms too, where they will, get away from me, Walmart, I don't want a tax refund, where they will basically connect you with someone who needs money, and you'll use your cryptocurrency as collateral, and you could get a loan. And so there's a lot of different places doing this. One of them I am invested in, that is CoinLoan. They're not sponsoring this at all. CoinLoan was an ICO I'm invested in. There's also Salt. Oh, I have to obviously type crypto too. Salt 2 is a lending program. These are legitimate lending programs. Ethereum Lend, I'm pretty sure, is pretty legit. Another one. Okay, so those are actual lending programs where you're interfacing with another human being using smart contracts, which means they'll have a programmer create a smart contract where hey, you have this many days to pay this back, and if it doesn't, it automatically takes money out of this account, and and what have you. Okay. Then there are scam lending programs, which I've been talking about on my channel for a long time. One of those is BitConnect, and I was one of the first YouTubers to really call out BitConnect, and I wasn't the first, I'm not lying, I wasn't the first, but I was very skeptical of it at the beginning. At the very beginning, I didn't know for certain it was a scam, but I didn't invest in it, and I knew it was shady at the very least. As the months went on, I put it out on Facebook. I put it out on my Facebook and said, BitConnect is a scam. And then recently, another scam that I put out a video on, and I saw the price of it drop dramatically. Where are we? Devorcoin. Of course, Devorcoin is a Ponzi scam like BitConnect. And Devorcoin, again, is a scam. And there's lots of these out there. There's Devorcoin. A lot of the scam YouTubers promote them. And basically they are... they don't... How do you separate an actual lending program from a scam lending program? For one, a scam lending program is really just a Ponzi scheme. And they won't actually be connecting you with anybody. It's not loans, it's not collateral. They'll claim they're using a trading bot, but there's no trading bot. Because if you go into their open source on GitHub, which you could see their programming, if I have any programmers in here who know how to code, I'm sure you've used GitHub before. And you could look at that and you could say, hey, there's no trading bot here. Where the hell is the trading bot? Where am I lending to? And there isn't any lending. What's happening with BitConnect, what was happening with BitConnect is BitConnect is dead now. What's happening with programs like that is you're giving them money, and they're taking some of that money to pay back the old people. New people come in, they use some of that money to pay back the previous people, and it goes on and on and on until it collapses like BitConnect did, like I said it would. And we saw CryptoNick, Trevon James, Craig Grant all running for the hills. Vidar, what do I think of ICOs in this market? I think ICOs are actually pretty good right now. A good place to be putting money, because if you have to understand opportunity costs. And so if you put money into an ICO and Ethereum keeps rising, and that ICO's risk has a diminishing return because ICOs are more risky than traditional cryptocurrencies, and if traditional cryptocurrencies are rising and you're putting money in an ICO and the ICO only matches that return, it wasn't necessarily a good investment. But because we're in a bear market right now, I think ICOs are especially good in this market because usually an ICO is not going to be done for 3-4 potentially even longer months, so it's a long-term investment. So you're putting away your funds now into a project. You have to make sure it's a good project. You have to do your due diligence. Don't just listen to one person. Don't even just listen to me. Listen to multiple people. Do your own due diligence. Do your own research, and find a great ICO. Find a couple great ICOs and put a little bit of money that is that you don't need at this moment, not the rent money, not the car money, not the grocery money, extra money, surplus income, investment income, and you invest in a few ICOs, and you kick it down 6 months down the road, you'll look at where you have. I've made a ton of money on ICOs, and I could have made even more. For those of you who don't know, I was one of the first people who called Pearl ICO, Oyster Pearl, and I sold early. I did well on it. I did do well, but if I didn't sell, so I made a good money. I made a good return on it. I'm not complaining. But Pearl, if I didn't sell Pearl, I would have made over $120,000 if I didn't sell early. So I'm really good at spotting good ICOs. Of course, you can't solely rely on me. Listen to me, then do your own research, listen to other people. But Pearl ICO, I could have made $120,000 on. I did well on it. I did, but I could have made more. Yeah, Craig Grant is literally a scammer. And here's the funny thing. Hold on, let me get a drink of water real quick. Craig Grant Craig Grant doesn't know anything about cryptocurrency. He's not a cryptocurrency expert. He's just a Ponzi scam promoter. He's just a weird dude. Craig Grant is just a weird dude. You watch his videos. He put up like weird music videos of him riding like a bicycle. It's like, dude, I don't care about your bicycle. And Craig Grant is scared because there's been talks of potential legal action being taken against CryptoNick, Craig Grant, Trevon James, and I'm not sure what your guys' thoughts on that is. I'm not sure if you want legal action taken against them, but there has been talks of that, and that's why CryptoNick actually deleted his channel. If you go over here, right, so you go to his channel and nothing's here. He didn't delete it, he deactivated it. He deactivated his channel because he's worried about things being connected to him. That's how he's very afraid. So you definitely want to be careful of that. But yeah, another few signs to look out for as far as lending goes. Anything that guarantees you a return is a scam. Point blank. Anything that guarantees you a return is a scam, because there's no such thing as guarantees in life. There's no such thing as guarantees in investing, and there certainly is no such thing as guarantees in cryptocurrency. No such thing as a guaranteed return. Anything that tells you, oh, we have a trading bot, 1% daily, 2% daily, 3% daily, anything like that, scam. Do not put money in it. That's how you separate fake scam ICOs, fake scam crypto programs from legitimate ones. Okay? It's really insane how many people fell for it, and I feel bad. I feel bad for people who fell for it. You see these videos of grandfathers and like older people losing their life savings on BitConnect and DevoraCoin and all these different things, Regal Coin. What was the other one? There's some other one, something like UTI. And I feel bad for them. I really, really feel bad for them. But that's what motivates me to put out content, because I don't want to see you guys get scammed. I don't want to see you guys lose out on lots of money. I mean, if I'm I'm just not going to ever promote BitConnect. I'm never going to promote DevoraCoin. I mean, I don't care how much money you flash in my face. I'm not going to do it. Like, you could be like, right here. Here's some money. Promote. Not going to do it. All right? I don't care. It's not even long term. Me promoting those type of programs isn't even worth it for me because I'd tarnish my reputation here on YouTube. So it's not worth doing. You're never going to see me promote any HYIPs because they're all scams. There's better ways to make money in crypto. And there's better ways to make money in life. Start a business, invest in ICOs, invest in good, sound cryptocurrencies, okay? You don't need to invest in Ponzi schemes. There's no point in it. There's really no point in it. The reason I turn when I vape is because I don't want to get it on my computer screen. Vidar, I will look into it right now. Global ICO Fund. First thing I want to do is just do a Twitter audit. Okay. Yeah, authorize the app. Oh my God. Okay, so the Twitter audit came back good for Global ICO Fund. The 1.5% management fee isn't bad. That's actually not too bad. It depends on how much risk you're I don't know that much about it because I might make a full-length video on it possibly, but if you're looking for ICOs, I haven't heard of that many ICO funds. However, I have heard about cryptocurrency funds. One fund that I'm really excited about is Crypto 20. That was a project that they use smart contracts, and you would hold the token, the C20 token, and within that token, it would have a ton of different cryptocurrencies. It's actually up 8% today. Oh, 11%, not bad. That's something I was really excited about. I don't know too much about Global ICO Fund. At first glance, it doesn't look bad. There's no red flags right off the bat. They're based in Switzerland. Here, let's just do this. Let's look up their address, see what comes up. And they do come up. If you wanted to really do an in-depth thing, I would just call that plaza or wherever they're located and just double check with that. But it's interesting. I mean, with the ICO fund, it really depends on who's behind it, right? Who has the eyes that are. Oh, you do have Crypto 20. That's great, man. Anything that diversifies you is great. I'm happy you have Crypto 20. And yeah, I mean, at first glance, it looks good. Global ICO Fund, it does not look bad. It looks pretty decent. But again, it depends on who's behind it, who their advisors are, because this is an actively managed fund, whereas Crypto 20 is a more passively managed fund. So Crypto 20 buys cryptocurrencies, top cryptocurrencies, and holds them. This is going to be, you're going to have actual people. It's not going to be fully automated. So you're going to have actual people behind it, and there will be some automation, don't get me wrong, but someone's going to have to pick where to invest. and it's really down to that person to make you that money. So if this ICO, if you trust the team and you like the team and you like who's behind it, then go for it, you know? Do they have their team up here? White paper, investment guidelines. They don't have their team up. That's the only thing that concerns me a little bit, is that they don't have I don't see a team up. But again, there could be an exception. They do have a GitHub, which is good news. It has potential. It does. If you're going to invest in it, and you could, it has some risk in it, but less risk than a normal ICO because it's a fund, then go for it. But it really depends on you and what you're looking for. So, global ICO fund. At first glance, I would give it like a 6.5 out of 10 to a 7 out of 10. And the only reason is because they're not really advertising their team that much. That's the only thing that concerns me. But they do have a Telegram. All right, so at least they have their CEO up. That's good. I'll bump it up then. I'll give them a 7.5 out of 10. All right, here we are. Here's the team. Okay, here we are. So they do have a team. Let's see if they put in, and they do put their LinkedIn. So never mind. I would raise that that score. I actually, it looks a little bit better now that I see their team and that they have advisors and whatnot. So definitely a good, cool project. Rick, do I think there are too many cryptocurrencies? That's actually a really good question. I think yes and no. I think there are too many bad cryptocurrencies, and there are too many, scammy cryptocurrencies. I feel like there's going to be more good cryptocurrencies every year. We're going to see 4 or 5, really shoot out, and we're going to see like another 15, 20 that start to make moves, right? I feel like my general thoughts on this is, there's thousands of cryptocurrencies, right? I don't think it's necessarily the more the merrier if these cryptocurrencies are just random things, because some of them are just memes, internet memes. There's coins for Dogecoin and whatnot, right? But I think more cryptocurrencies, the better, as long as they're based on something, as long as there's actually something that makes it special, okay? Now, I'm really big on any type of smart contract cryptocurrency. So I own Ethereum, I own Neo, I own Cardano. And I'd like to see more smart contract cryptocurrencies come out. So not necessarily the more the merrier. I want to see a lot of the bad cryptocurrencies kind of fade away to almost nothing. Because I think when that happens, it's going to pump up the good cryptocurrencies, what I'm trying to get at. Once you see the bad cryptocurrencies sink, the good cryptocurrencies are going to rise, okay? So that's my general thought. Silver, so I take it you mean not crypto, obviously. Silver, I own a bit of silver. I think silver is fine to own if you actually own the physical silver. Because what Norm is saying is actually correct. There is some manipulation in the precious metals market. So if you're going to buy precious metals, your best bet is actually buying it that you could hold it. Not buying it on the stock market as an ETF. Not buying it where some bank out in Switzerland holds it. Buying it yourself and holding it. That would be my advice if you're going to buy silver. I own a little bit of silver, just because I bought it a few years ago, and I like having a couple silver coins. But if you're gonna buy it, Norm is right. There is manipulation. You don't know if that bank is really holding your silver, or if there's 3 other people that own your silver and they're lying to you. You don't know. So the best bet would be, if you're gonna buy silver, go for it. It's a store of value. You're not going to get rich off it, but it's somewhere you could store your value in case of hyperinflation, which is very possible with the Federal Reserve, which again is another scam. Not silver, but the Federal Reserve is a scam, which is a topic for another video. But it's been fun, guys. I really thank everybody who tuned into today's show. We're about 13 people in here. Stream health is starting to go down a bit, so that got me a little bit worried. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the bell notification icon. And there are YouTube videos that March Silver will jump. It's very possible. I don't know a ton about precious metals, but I know that the Federal Reserve, if they come out with an announcement, that could really bump precious metals up. And you're welcome, Peter. It's been no problem. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.